You take it from Peter today, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, where the rich or poor. Why not pray for a long fellow? He can pray for a long life. As long as they live, you know, the better we grow. Fine, power is fine, oh, it can make you heavy. It's just like a volcano, it's way to capsize. Sweet, sweet, kiss our liver, not for go alone. Human being can eat it, or a preacher can eat it. Kiss our liver, kiss our liver, oh, sweet kiss our liver. Not for go alone. You take it from Peter today, oh, Paul will take it from you tomorrow, mama. You take it from me right today, oh, mother will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, go by your fine, when in your fever. Well, people do to you, you go to cry. Has enough for one person, oh, it's a matter of time. Our time is a lesson, yeah, brother, this I have. Sweet, sweet kiss our liver, not for go alone, mama. Human being can eat it, oh, the deer can eat it. Cause our liver. Sweet, sweet is our liver, not for go alone. Human beings can eat it, or a creature eat it too. Sweet, sweet, living is sweet, oh, where the rich or poor. Why not pray for a long fellow? He can pray for long life. As long as they living, the better we grow. You take it from me right today, oh, Mary will take it from you tomorrow, mama. Hey, you take it from Peter today, oh, Paul will take it from you tomorrow. Fine, power is fine, oh, it can make you heavy. Looking like a crooked, no, a way to capsize. Kesawalia, mama, no for go alone. When I pray for long fellow, they always pray for long life. As long as they're living, the better we grow, my people. Sweet, sweet, Kesawalia, no for go alone. That's enough for one person, oh, it's a matter of time, papa. Our time is a lesson, yeah, brother, this I had. I'm about away, never where my way gone. It'll be your woe. I'm about away, papa, yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, thank you. This is Jones Dopo, and a traditional professor at the university. I don't know if he stayed there. Cassava leaf is not for goat alone. Power can make you crazy. What good for Paul, good for John. Okay, I'm not going to stay too long today. My name is Munel Keshen, aka the General. Today I'm in my general form, and we're just going to talk a little bit, and we're going to politics. We'll talk about Liberia, whether you like it or not. And I want to wish my brother and friend happy birthday. Today his birthday is August 6th. I know he's sleeping right now, but his birthday is today. HPC at 38. He's turned 38 years old. Not 38 days, not 38 hours, 38 days, 38 years. You know, you got to be grateful whenever your birthday comes, because one of the best days in your life, to see another milestone, to take on another adventure. And also to another friend called Emmanuel. His birthday will be on the 10th of August. So, and to all those who celebrating the birthday today and tomorrow and this month, I say happy birthday to you. And I want to say welcome to all my friends. And as usual, I really don't wait for people, because I myself, I gotta go to bed. So some people watch it after, some people see it and just glance at it and they flip over. But there's something I just want to say, and something caught my eyes the other day. I was reading. I usually don't read Lena news. Those days, Liberia News Agency, it was one of the news and outlet that you try to get the local news from. But the Liberia News Agency now is so biased, they as if it's owned by George Weah. And I would say yes, because the Director General, or the Director, Kwame Weeks, he's a sedition, pro George Weah. He's not a journalist, he's a smart guy. I first heard when I saw all this nonsense about Alexander Cummings in that paper. They never interview him, and they say, oh, Cummings endorsed Yeket insult against the president. How are you, Bear? Heron and Alexander Cummings, that was a lie. Kwame Weeks is a sedition. What you expect? The Liberia News Agency is not owned by the president. It's not owned by the president. But why will you? Even the person who wrote the story never put their name on the story. Because as a journalist, if you write a story, your name should be attached that this story was written by XYZ. But you going around lying that Alexander Cummings made a statement saying that he endorsed Yeke insulting the president. That's a lie. That's a lie. And apart from that, they carry another lies again. Oh, 7 strong members of ANC left because of Alexander Cummings. Look, Kwame Weeks, please, we don't want to bring your story up on internet. Maybe a lot of people know your story, but we don't need to bring it. You will remain in Liberia. You will be able to travel certain places, but you're not going to come to this country anymore. You know your record. You know your record. Do not tarnish other people's record. You have Bible in your hand the other time right after the election. You were all over the place going from prayer to prayer because you were not appointed by George Weah. Because you never received a job at the time. You were like a crazy man in Monrovia. Everybody knows. You're a smart man. But don't allow your smartness to think that you can oversmart people. You understand? That is nonsense. You want to pretend to be a journalist. You running a place what they call Liberia News Agency, Lena. Why would you want to lie? Sometimes you guys always forget where you're coming from. Or you think that when government is in power, that's the last. You're dealing with Samuel Doe government. You see, when we say this thing, you're thinking that tribalism or whatsoever, because you think that you own this government, especially the people from the other side. You think you own this government. Why you got to lie? The Liberia News Agency, you dare to promote the government. Yes, you need to go to the counties and do other things. Go ahead and don't get into politics. You make us sick to even listen to LBS or to listen to Liberia News Agency. Let the truth be told. If the truth, that's it. But you never interview this individual. You never interview Mr. Cummings, the person who wrote the story. Why they can't put the name there, say at this story, because every story in the newspaper got to get somebody who put it in. But you never had an interview. You just jump up and say, oh yes. This is not fair. It's not fair. Tomorrow, you don't know. Even the news agent, that Liberian news agent say, it's just for nothing money government spending. We got the Ministry of Information. We got the news agency. We got all kinds of stupid news agency in our country. You all won't take side. You damaging yourself. Do your work. Do your work. You are fighting to get this position as press secretary. You never got it. They gave you that position. You were all in Monrovia with Bible in your hand, acting like a pastor. Crazy. Who don't know that Kwame West was fighting for jobs in our country? Fighting to get a job. Either you want to go to information or you're a smart man. You know you can speak French, you speak Italian. I know that. But the fact is that, don't do it, man. You ought to know better. You ought to know better. Just do your job. Act neutral. Get the local news. You want to promote the government, you can promote other stuff. You can also promote the tourism area. You can do a lot of stuff. You don't need to lie. You don't need to take side. They will get sick about this whole LBS and Liberia News Agency, the Ministry of Information. We get sick about them. The Ministry of Information is not even owned by the president. You got nothing to do with the president's personal business. Promote what the government wants. Promote the government agenda. You're not there to come and defend President Weah when somebody say President Weah got 10 houses. You want to defend President Weah past record. You don't work directly for him. You're not his personal spokesman. You see, you're not a personal spokesman. So you guys, you forget. Look, we quick to forget. When you know your history, you will be able to fix the future, in the present and the future. Because of history, all the mistakes we make, we try not to make it in the present, so the future cannot continue. But if we don't get it right today, when will we get it? We know we all are taking side. But for me, I can tell anybody in there, I have taken side. I support the CPP. But as much as I'm supporting the CPP, there are a lot of people within the CPP who are waiting today or tomorrow want to be the next Magay. There are other people who want to be the next Finabono. There are other people who want to be like what her name said, Nimani Piercing. So other people want to be the Magay or the Twe. But guess what? I believe that only the president can make the difference. And the next government not going to have a free ride. The next government, we're not going to tell you, say you should wait because you are 12 years, 6 years sitting and you don't have a agenda. You better start working on the first day. By the time you make your first appointment, we will know that when you're ready. We will know that you are ready or not. We're not going to sit there and wait to see the next government appointing maybe Eugene Nangbe again, or going to appoint somebody else who spent all that time. Eugene Nangbe worked four different ministries in Ellen Johnson, but he's still working with George Weah. You bring in the scene, it's just like you taking the old one, put it in a new box, in a new bottle. You understand? We continue to do the same thing. So we holding you. As much as we supporting the CPP, I will not be in no group that I can't speak out. I can't lie to nobody. That's why I continue to tell people from CDC, I don't trust them any day. CDC is like a cult. Once you put your name down and you register within CDC, trust me, my brothers and sisters, you won't go nowhere. Yes, thank you, Brother Keseli. I guess I was saying, like, bro, you listen to LBS, you say, but what is this? You listen to Liberian News Agency, what is this? The journalists, why you think they call them the fourth estate? Journalists not there to be friends with government. Journalists there to bring out the wrong, let it be right. That is what journalists is all about. But now they call them join their list. I know some of them are afraid to speak out, because I spoke with one the other day. Say, Brother Mooney, you don't know. We got some information, we cannot release it, because when we do that, they follow us, they go after us. Nobody going to speak for you. They will kill you for nothing. They are afraid. I agree. Then don't lie. But poverty is a bad thing. The whole job thing here, everybody trying to impress George Weah. Sometimes George Weah don't know about these things. Sometimes George Weah got no clue. But they want for George Weah to hear the name. Say, oh yes, yeah, they boss talking about me. And you see Eugene Fagon. And every one of them going against the Constitution. Code of conduct is a law of the land. It was passed into law. No political appointee should get involved in politics. Use government cars, use government resources. But they're doing it because other people did it. So the government doing it. When will we change? When are we going to change? When? We need to love each other. We need to respect each other. I'm not in favor of those who insult. But you see, when you look at it, they call freedom of speech. There's no special way for freedom of speech. But the citizen will call on you when you abusing and you using profanity. They will tell you, listen, my man, stop it, man. But there is no special way for freedom of speech. The president spoke the other day in the church there. And I listened to the entire sermon. The only problem I have with this president, why use the pulpit to give your message? Why use the church to give your message? Yes, and when you listen to the message, unless you're not a smart man, the president was not concerned about what they did to Yeke or Mr. Cummings. This is the thing the president said. Oh, don't worry about these people. You need to attack them when they insult me. Insulting president is nothing. Close your ears. Do your work. Don't insult them, because you see, we are the good people. When you try to do the same thing like them, that means you make yourself to be the bad. So the president said seditions are the good ones in Liberia. The opposition, no, they're not. Then he said, but their political leader, his political leaders, he don't get no sense to even tell him to stop. You see that? You just tell another political leader you don't have sense. Okay, let's say this. We agree they caused George Weah, but the other day was the same George Weah who went on the stage. If this president do not preach hate, nobody will do it, especially seditionists who believe in George Weah. Seditionists who believe in George Weah. The other day, if I could remember, my memory can serve me right, President Weah said he put the president business aside. He would deal with Uri. As long as he's president, no Uri will hold position in that country. It was not right. It was wrong. And also, they should flock. If you tell somebody, flock, you should flock that lady. And for true, they tried to kill her. They burned her car down. They chased the driver as if it was a movie. It was a movie. District 15 elections can be turned into the movie. If any, you're the actors and actors in Liberia, you can make a movie out of that little scene. This girl, they were in the house with other people. They planned to burn down the house. Nobody was arrested. District 13, we saw Jefferson Koji with cutlasses, machete going around that they would disturb, they chop people. They almost got Yombri Kanga and Daros Taylor in that district. And we saw them throwing rocks into Liberty Party head office. We saw them beating police too. But no, the government never said anything about it. So tell me, where all the hate coming from? You look on Facebook today, my people, let's be frank. We see the same insults coming from seditions. Daros Dillon are gay, Cummings are gay, Cummings sleeping with Daros Dillon. It came from Jefferson mouth, it coming from other sedition mouth. Oh, nobody say nothing. When you listen to Magay, they said they kept the peace for 12 years. That's a blinking lie. They never kept the peace for 12 years. The government, Ellen Johnson government, kept the peace for 12 years. Because if Ellen Johnson government was to act like how George we are acting now, we're never going to reach this far. Because the seditions provoked Ellen so badly. But Ellen was that strong. She's a politician. So she closed her ears and closed her eyes as if she know what's going on. And she just played low. Let be frank. Let her face the fact. I don't like Ellen. They demonstrated with casket, with panties, with all kinds of things. They protest against officials. They protest against appointment. Joshua recommended this woman who is the commissioner now. Joshua recommended that name to Ellen. Ellen appointed that woman on the election commission, Director Brown. Joshua the one that recommended her. Nominate, say, listen, Madam President, and Ellen did it. Ellen gave them job. Joshua was peace ambassador on salary. Maggie was working. Tua was working. Every one of them was working in under Ellen government. Ellen broke all the other party down, but she could not break CDC down. We all know that. So the protest, if Ellen Johnson was to act like Joshua, we were never going to reach that far. Seriously. Today, we see them going after people. Oh, protest is bad. When you protest, you will bring war in the country. You will do this. But instead of this president in the church on that day, what I expected from President Weah, please do not attack any opposition when they are campaigning. Simple. Don't be giving a warning and then you still telling the other people that they're bad. This president said the opposition was evil. They were how they call this evil of the state or something. They were the enemy of the state. The president said oppositions are enemy of the state. But Ellen Johnson never called an enemy of the state. You see how when men in charge, thank God Ellen was in charge at the time, because I swear to God, if the men were going to be in charge, by the time a lot of people die in our country. Yes, but Ellen with all the stealing and this and that certain things she stopped. And when you go back to my video, I got no apology on that. I said two things that I'm concerned about when Joshua take over was the freedom of the press and freedom of expression, because they would take it, yes, on a cover, they were jailing people or whatsoever, but people could speak out freely under Ellen government. The press could do all kinds of things. Yes, Ellen was trying to suppress them too, but they had no more things to say. You understand? But this one, oh no, instead of them going up, the individual supporters attacking you. They call you names on Facebook, and to show they're like, please, that's the only country. I continue to say this: George Weah's name will remain in history as long as we live. George Mane Weah, 25th president of the Republic of Liberia. But you and myself, who insulting each other, who they're cussing going around, we will go back in our communities and will leave our people. You that left from here, went to Liberia, you got your job there, you will come right back here. Because all that nonsense, you're not living in America, in Liberia. Your stake and your family people here, you're living outside. We ourselves will go back home. But history will judge us to know what we are doing. When you've been watching the news recently, which I said it before, I will not call names, I see people flipping over. You know, that's a problem with politicians in Liberia. They don't know their stand. They don't know what they want. They don't know what they want. Some of them can't stand the tension. Some of them can't stand the hard time. Some of them are so greedy. They say, "Hey, God, maybe the other side will not win." Look, in life, you got to take a side. If you don't take a side, you waste your time. If you stay in the middle, that's it. You either win or you lose. You win or you lose. In politics, we're not enemies. Now, only the other people then taking to be enemies. We are not enemies when it comes to politics. We just differ. We just against certain things. I say, okay, I can jump through the window to do this. Oh, I can take the front door. Oh, I can make sure I rush this thing here. Oh, no, I can do this. We all want good for Liberia. I know CDC want good for Liberia. Every side, everybody's not. CDC got some nice people. They got some good people, good ideas. But are they using them? No. They are being used? No. They are not being used. So that's why we continue to speak out. There's nothing bad we saying about CDC. We ain't cursing nobody. We telling them the truth. If somebody want to say this, that, or we are this, fine, at the business. Everybody got a way of doing things. Profanity will mess up your message. But we'll send it. Whether you can be 50 or you can be 100 or you can be 200, you can be 300. At the end of the day, when you won't watch this thing and go right on YouTube, you will see me live. You won't go to my Twitter page right now on Twitter, you will see me live. You understand? So all these things is about Liberia. We want to see a nice country or better Liberia. Liberia is rich. We just less than 5 million. Although the president just going against the constitution, there is no censor. So we less than 5 million. We got natural resources. But the problem we got in Liberia from the day we were found out is leadership. Everybody been taking Liberia as a farm. Oh, I get that harvest and give it. I bring my friends and whatsoever. We always be in minority. The people that will talk. That's why some people say, the whole time will just be opposition through all my life now. I will not even get nothing for myself. I will not eat. Look at my friend over there. My friend I build all the houses. Why you worry about your friend building house? You can build all the houses. You are sleeping one. You can buy all the cars. You only drive one. And guess what? At the time you go to the hospital, ambulance will carry you. And guess what? They will put you the same 6 feet, I don't know, 6 or 8 feet. They're the same place they will put me. You can get all the money. You can buy life. You can get all the money. Nobody will sit on that bed for you when you're sick. You can steal. But the problem with most of our leaders, they don't have empathy. They don't have integrity. Before I would say honesty. The fact is that by the time they leave office, their family done. None of their family can follow them again. None of the family can take the spoil because they damage it for the other family. They don't worry. Some of us here, we're doing certain things that when my children walk in the street, they will say, oh, Bien will say, ain't that money son there? Ain't that money daughter? They will not be looking at my children and be pointing, say, look at you, your power was a damn crook. No. God say we should be perfect. We're not perfect. No human being perfect. We make mistakes every day of our life. But when you're in leadership, recognize your mistake. You know that I will say this again. Let me go back to Lena. It's a disgrace. Lena is a disgrace to Liberia. I'm telling you, when I saw that article about Lena, and even when they talk, they just put, it's not owned by George Weah. Lena is not owned by anybody. It's owned by a country. And everybody entitled to Lena. Everybody entitled to do things in Liberia. But everybody taking everything to be the president personal thing. You go to LBS by right, according to our constitution. No opposition should be deprived of using government places. None. They're supposed to use it free. Only private things. They're supposed to use it free. They're supposed to use it free. Let me see. Hold on 1 minute. I think I don't know if you can hear me. Please give me a thumbs up, please. It's supposed to use it free. Okay, thank you. You can hear me now. I thought my earphone went off. Okay, you're supposed to use it free. It's not in charge. That government thing. Once it comes to election, everybody should have a fair play. You can't hold one. Thank you. You can't hold one person responsible. Oh, this one at CDC, we will do this. The police guy in CDC, but what I wanted for the president in that church. But why will you use the church? Why will you use the church and go after people? You say, oh, please don't go. It was wrong. The thing you're doing, Grand there. I know you love me, so, and the people from Grand Crew, you love me. But you're not supposed to go after somebody who cost me. Why are you worried about somebody costing you? Look at our president. You worry about people costing you? It's not against the law. If anybody won't cost you, they cost you. President, where you cost plenty of people every day. You cost people. Yeah. Seditions are insulting people every day on Facebook. They're insulting other political leaders. They calling Cummings gay. They calling this other person gay. They calling another person bitch. The other person this. They dummy. They fool. They're insulting people every day. Go on Facebook. Tell the people, stop the insult. Forget about the insult. I can tell anybody that. You can boo Yeke. You can curse Yeke. You can curse Alexander Cummings. You can boo him. But do not touch him. Do not intimidate him by your police, your superintendent, your mayor or superintendent making statement. Oh, we use the government resources that our time. You fire them straight. You fire them. Let us see you taking action. Whether you do good or not, they will contest against you. Mr. President, you like it or not, come 2023, you will not be the only party in the race. That's a multi-party system we have. Multi-party system. So I don't know what's your problem. You can do the good. You won't do good. Mr. President, let me tell you today. The Bible says when you run from your enemy, you in problem. If you push your enemy away from you, it's a problem. The enemy will have a lot of well, one day up. Let me just answer my brother here. And we all know against the code of conduct. We all know that. Look, let me say this. Some people say, "Oh, that's the intent." When I decided that I want to run, the Constitution, the law says that you should resign 2 years. You put the law together. When they come to you and say, "Oh, we want you to run," no, the time have passed. The time have passed. Nobody can come to you last minute and tell you, say, "Oh, come and run, come and run." Okay, my friend and brother say, what are the opposition doing in regards to the code of conduct violation? The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Finlay, yes. But being President, you don't waste your time say you're going to court. You can take them to court. You can do whatsoever. The same court was the same one that cleared what is his name? Edwin Snow the other time. Clear Mill Jones. But guess what? That code of conduct was not even active at the time. Ellen Johnson were in charge. They let them go. They say, "Oh, most of them clear up," because they say they interpreted the everything that depends on the time that you thought about it. So, "Oh, I think I can run." So you never thought about it until today. So you can't stop a Liberian from contesting. Now, that's what feeling that the law they were playing. But let us be frank. The law is the law. If you never thought about it and 2 years pass by and people come to you last minute of time, it is your responsibility to tell the person, "Listen, you know the law. I cannot run because the time." You understand? So, yes, they can take them to court. But why waste your time to go to court when you're not going to win the case? The judicial system in Liberia is messed up. Let me tell you today. Here, Liberia right now, the president, when I say president, the executive, they are the judge, the jury, and the executioner. Let Axel Jackson, who took a case to the Supreme Court, the case cannot be heard, is sitting down in 530. And that man and his family sitting over there. And Bezon gonna say, "Well, if the president say you should leave, why should I issue the man a diplomatic passport?" The president already said, the president want to make the decision when it comes to foreign policy. I agree. So you see, you cannot waste your time going to do something what you know that you're not going to win. You're not going to win the case. You're just going to get lawyers. The same thing happened with Mill Jones and Edwin Snow. And Edwin Snow went to bombing. And it was against the law. But he went to bombing. So that's it. You can't blame nobody. Why should you waste your time? We all know they're against the code of conduct. The president, the executive wrote since June and saying that in fact they wrote late. They sent it late too because the executive is supposed to understand that. They sent it say who are interested in contesting should resign. But that letter was posted in June, I think June or July or somewhere, and that letter was posted and they sent it out. But why would you want to waste your time behind and Finlay and Yunkwe? Why? Other people respect themselves. They're not going to win. They're not going to win. Why would you waste your time on people like that? The code of conduct is a law of the land. We all know that. It's clear. No political appointee should to even campaign. When this president calling his cabinet ministers and say, do anything possible, use any resources, use government cars and go and campaign. You see Magale on TV campaigning. You see Sametwe on TV campaigning. You see Eugene Falcon. And even the same code of conduct said that on and off the job, your conduct will reflect. So they can even fire you for whatever you do in there out the street, whether you're not working or not. But you get Eugene Falcon who coming on radio insulting other people like this woman here and this lady from who won the Nobel Peace Prize along with Ellen Johnson, insulting this woman, insulting other people, insulting other political leaders. Deputy Minister for Information doing it. The president like it. So they all boosting the whole thing. The chairman of CDC gave in all kinds of things. Dara Zeno just said, if anybody play this election, it will be the end of George Weah administration. And I agree with it. But the same Nathaniel Magale told us when the case was in court that if they talk about any rerun, we will die, we will shed our blood, we will not agree, nobody should play with us. And he gave a strong warning. I get it and I will play it again. Let me see something. But I too much waste of time, sir. If you want me to play, I will play for you. But Nathaniel Magale, when they were in the opposition, the last election, they threatened to disturb if anybody go against the will of the people, they will destroy them, they will attack them, and they will do everything. Mr. Bia, I agree with you. They can go to court. They complaining about it. Even Darrows didn't want to go to court. But it make no sense. Let me tell you, it's right. But the time you will take, look, the Supreme Court is dead. You saw what happened with Cabinet Janet. The Supreme Court, the Chief Justice of the Republic of Liberia, signed onto a document that gave Janet a lane. They seen Supreme Court Justice, the Chief Justice, sat over there and refused to recuse himself and was over the entire case, and they impeached this man. They seen Supreme Court Chief Justice went to visit the president and they kept him outside for 2 hours. Another branch, 3 branches of government, one of the branch went to visit this other branch. They kept him out there for 2 hours. What he did, nothing. So we shouldn't waste our time. I agree with you, they need to go, but why you be advocating for something that you're not going? They got people who go. Even right now, the COP sue the government concerning the appointment of this lady. You understand? But who tell you they're going to listen to them? Tier 1 Congress, they're going to fight and talk. Nobody going to listen. So my brother, what you saying are true. I agree with you, but it's not going to happen. They are in charge. The people continue to tell you every day, they are in charge. You can't stop whatsoever. Listen, if they can refuse you your passport, they can refuse you anything. Oh no, because it's not because Maggie did it. The statement, let me tell you today, Mr. Keseli, if you play, it's not America, it's not Europe. We know what can happen. We know what election did to Liberia. You remember, I show you in Liberia, when Action Party won the 1985 elections, it took 3 months to give that result, and they switched that result around. And Emma Hammer said it's the result of God. You know what I'm saying? And what came from out of it? People had guns, people were afraid. Nobody said a war. And that thing brought war to Liberia today. And when we hear talking about no matter what, hope or by crook, we will win this election. So we just sending a warning. Because still in that election might cause people go in the street. Because the people right. So Maggie said it, he was right when he said it. That the will of the people should not be tampered with. The will of the people should never ever be tampered with. You can do any other thing. That's the only right that man got. So when that man vote, you cannot go and change his vote without noting. So the election commissioner that everybody complaining about, they will get it. It took one man to start the Arab Spring, just one little death. Everybody got in the street. When you listen to radio station in Liberia today, my brother, Liberia, we're still fighting for the peace, but you can't guarantee there will be no riot in Liberia. When you get other people saying that they are defense force, they're doing this, and you hear Nathaniel Mage, he calling the generals and talking to them, try to put them together. Mage was a former fighter, we all know that. Most of the former fighters supporting this government, we know that. Who is Gaddafi? Gaddafi was one of Charles' notorious killer. He's one right now. He's one of Joshua bodyguard. He doing things around town. He's the one that beat Savage. Savage saw him good. He beat Savage with put a pillow over here and beat him up good. It was Gaddafi. Gaddafi was the one that beat the journalist, the boy who died. He the one beat the hell out of him right on the football field. So we know all these things. Whether Joshua sent them or not, fine. We will complain about this president because this president wants to control the country. He makes the appointment. They just fire somebody for bribery, for forgery and whatsoever. But you still get a Nigerian man working in Liberia. All the way the lawyers and whatsoever ban this man and say, listen, this man information was wrong and this and that. Yet instead, Nubusi or whatsoever, he's still working in the Liberian government with what? With the will of the president. He's still working in a tenure position. Do you think the Senate can remove him? No. That is why we continue to say the executive has so much power in our country that the Senate cannot arrest nobody. The Senate can just talk and that's it. That's it. The only thing you get in our country, when the Senate, when they send for confirmation and you deny that person, forget it. But if that person working there, that person can steal from now to judgment, and when that president still believe in that person, you can cry, it's all there. The president got power. Only the president can stop corruption. Only the president can stop he can instill law and discipline in the country. Only the president, the House, the Senate, they can't do a jack. That is why when the president is sincere, the House will not steal. Because you tell us, listen, I'm not giving you a damn cent. You will pass this law, whether you're lucky or not. Well, Mr. Kessley, you are right. I'm not saying that we all want it to happen. We all want it to happen. But the fact is that we're not going to waste our time. We believe that one day, look, Liberia, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. The leader that Liberia yearning for, we will get that leader, and guess what? It will be tough for us because Liberians will not understand it. Because you know, right now in Liberia, all the good, all the bad things, it's all good. There are children now in Liberia who look at the guys now as a role model. Tell me, I saw Mr. Smith in the yard. That man was living in one old house. Today that man get 4 cars, he get 3 houses. Every kid in Liberia now looking to get a government job. That is why I say they got people in the CPP who wishing and waiting to get that job, who want to get everything for themselves, to get rich. Some of them want to be the next Maggie. But trust me, your thing, George, we are own worse. We will go, some of us will go after that government because they will be so afraid and there will be no arresting easily. When they arrest you, they will arrest you for a reason. But we will go after them. I swear to my living God, as much as I support the ANC and support the CPP, I'm not afraid of Mr. Cummings. I'm not afraid of nobody. I'm not looking for no. They need me. I got people in Liberia who will listen to my voice too. So, but at the same time, we want respect. We want a good leader. We want a leader that will talk to us, that will listen to the people, that will sit down and open your ears and say, yes, that is why leaders must be able to take responsibility. When you take responsibility, you make the job easy. You make the job easy. Some people call you and say, listen, my man, you're wrong on this. Make it easy. You can even say, listen, I know that the opposition will not vote for me. I say, listen, please, what I wanted for President Weah, guys, we need to stop this cursing. I know they cursing me. Yeke can curse me, but you guys cursing other people too. You do not insult nobody. Because when you're insulting, they will insult me. Now, do not go and harass them at the rally. Like he said something that I accepted. When you don't want to hear them, stay home. Stay home, don't go to the rally. If you know you won't see the man, just stay home. It was good. But tell them, forget about the cursing. President Weah was only insisting on the cursing. President Weah need to tell the people, say, I do not want to see sedition harassing people when they campaigning. They are free to go to the 15 counties. They are free to go there. You know what I'm saying? That is fair enough. But the president only insisted and only talk about insults. Oh, you can curse the president. Who are you to attack me when I curse president? He's not your God. He's my president. So if I curse the president, that's not your business. I don't curse you. You understand? But if you attack him, it's wrong. It's just like even if somebody come to you right in front of you, they shoot, bam, they kill your relative right in front of you, and you turn around, you take a gun and shoot that person, you know you're wrong. Although you were there, you saw it, but he ain't give you the authority to shoot that person. He ain't give you the authority. So he ain't give no citizen the authority to go after Yeke because Yeke caused the president. And look, we nobody in favor, even when Henry Costa insult the president or this other person insult the president, nobody in favor. But that is how other people send the message, other and frustration. And Prophet Key, a supporter of George Weah. Prophet Key was a supporter of George Weah. So what you want to say? They all learned all the insult today we're talking about. It came from them. I say again, if Ellen Johnson was like this government, the peace in that we enjoying today will never go far, because CDC push a unity party, Ellen Johnson, to the wall so much that she could go after them and do whatsoever. But she wanted war. She never wanted war. That is why everything that day, you know what I'm saying? So I will say this again. I will go back to that. I brought news agency. This is a disgrace, and I swear to God, they need to close that whole place down. They even need to operate. They've been doing it for so long. The news agency is not owned by government. It's not owned by the individual. It's owned by government. So all Liberians should benefit from it. But when you're using it for only yourself and you think that it's owned by you, and we don't know Kwame Weeks. Kwame was all over the place here. And during the election, he cried like a baby, like a dog, to get a job. And I went Joshua just pushing because he want to be, he was fighting to be press secretary to President Weah. He's a smart guy. Were you there criticizing, you lies, putting false information about another candidate? Okay, let's go. You know, I've been watching the news, something. Seditions, my people, let me tell you something. You need to be real to yourself. False information will not take you nowhere. Liberians have realized they know you. You see, when you lie, it catch up with you. I enjoy sedition giving all type of statistics. Oh, we got 300 votes. You know, sedition believed that they were the one who gave George Weah the presidency. And the meaning of CDC, yes, is Congress for Democratic Change, but there were 4 political parties that made up the CDC, Coalition for Democratic Change. It was CDC, NPP, and LPDP. 4 political parties made up that party. In the first round of the election, where they had almost 20 some more parties, in the total vote, Monserrato and the total vote, they have 590 37. They came up with 38%. 3 political parties. All the other parties were single. They came up with 38%. Unity Party came up with 446,000 votes. They came up with almost 28%. Then under there, you got Liberty Party that had 149,495. They had 96.7. Okay. The overall I'm giving in the first round. The overall, then Prince Johnson won Nima County alone with 100 and some of thousand votes. It put him straight into a third place with fourth place. So we look at it, Cummings ANC came 5th place with 112,000 votes. And most of ANC votes came from Montserrado. Let me tell you guys today. It came from Montserrado County. ANC had 7.2%. Uridan had 1.6% going up. So now, in the general election, in the second round, you know, like in Montserrado County, we got about 100. I'm sorry, we got about 700. You won't believe it. You won't believe it. 730,000 people registered in Montserrado County. In Montserrado County alone. But out of that 700, I will tell you, you got about 69,000 not from Montserrado County. Let me tell you, they came from different places. So the total vote actually that was in Montserrado County, it was 500. I'm sorry, yeah, it was 569,000 for something. The whole thing. In the second round, the vote was nothing. In the second round, the vote was just 499,000. You see that? So people that came from other counties voted in the first round had to go back to the county, so they couldn't vote back in Montserrado County. So that is why Montserrado always low. Now, in the second round, Joshua CDC came up with 61% of the vote, 61.5% according to NEC, and that 69.5%, CDC got 732,185 votes in the second round. That is what they got. The first round, CDC were able to get 590 on their own. On their own. In the second round, they got 732. Where you think that other one came from? Where you think that 200 and some more came from to join them? They came from other political parties, other sympathizers. Most of the Liberians are independent people. Most of them don't register. I must say, I've not registered with any party. You understand? Now, they came up with Bwaka. When you look at it here, poor Bwaka. Bwaka, the first round, Bwaka had 446,716. In the second round, Bwaka had 457. So you see how many votes are there? It was nothing. So United Party stood up by themselves and voted for the gave Bwaka 457,759 votes in the second round. But the first round, Bwaka still had 446,716. They had 28%. In the second round, they had this one. So they came up with 38% in the second round. Joshua 61%. All the people who went over to CDC, they were not seditions. They were not die-hard seditions. But why CDC always think that because of them Joshua win election? They're wrong. They themselves do nothing to themselves. They put split in the party. NPP is not okay. NPP not going to kill themselves because they're not getting nothing from them. Look, 3 years you don't do it, you can't do it in 6 years. You stay, that means it's like then they just give back to us. We're begging now. You'll do it in the next 3 years. We'll settle it. That's a lie. So they got that split already. All the people, everybody who joined CDC, who voted for CDC, they had left for the last 6 months after George we had took over. They knew who George we was. Somebody started regretting, say, "Damn, yeah, my man, we made a mistake to vote for the guy." But yes, it was good. They voted for him. Now, if we want to go back to statistics, if you compare the 4 political parties' results from the past elections, they can't win. CDC cannot win. No independent going to support CDC. Everybody knows CDC trick. Everybody. That is why. And let me make you understand today. One political parties that been getting lot of members. They been registering, and I will tell you, I'm a witness. I was there. I saw people going to the head office to register, but I never registered. It's in ANC. ANC stronghold is Montserrado County. Let me show you something here. In Montserrado County, CDC came up with 276,000 and 276,000. They won with 48%. CDC is the coalition, 3 political parties. The second was Unity Party that came out with 155,000. The third was CDC that came out with 58,000. The fourth were what the people need said Liberty Party. Liberty Party came out with 40,000. Then URE came out with 9,000 in Monserrado County. Monserrado County, Liberty, it was ANC, it was CDC, UP, ANC, Liberty Party. You know what I'm saying? So ANC stronghold is the place. Now, if you put the Unity Party, the ANC, the Liberty Party, and this other party, the four party, trust me, they will not win. Four have three party journal. You know what I'm saying? And we're still looking for people. We're not saying the election will be all greasy, but they have messed up themselves. They mess up themselves. All in their mind is CDC, Congress for Democratic Change. You spoil your own record. You get 15 subjects, you pass 2, all the other one fail, or you pass 3. They failing are failing. They not pass 1, you pass all. They can't even give you makeup because there is no way you can make up for it. No way you can make up for it. No way. That is why we've seen it clear. When you listen, look, guys, this thing I'm doing right now, few people might see it on in Liberia, but it's between you and myself in the diaspora, Europe, or whatsoever, watching this nonsense. I'm not saying that nonsense I'm talking, but it's because we got the opportunity to see each other on Facebook. But the people that are in Liberia, listen to radio station, listen to True FM, listen to 5050, listen to other radio stations, even listen to Fala get a radio station. They were doing a pool. Darius Dillon was leading the pool. They shut the whole thing. They said they have problem. Every pool that coming up. So I'm not saying this election is a free ride. No, we're not going to overlook it. But if you think you will use your power to deprive the people of their rights, then you get it wrong. You got it wrong. We can't vote CDC. George Weah is on the ballot as far as we're concerned. I will give you one example. Every billboard that will be put up for CDC, we got George Weah picture on it. So if George Weah picture not on it, then how can we say, because his picture going to be on it? There is no way Fala will put his picture or all putting George Weah picture. When he don't put George Weah picture, he in trouble. So he got to put George Weah there. So as far as we concerned, this is a referendum to President Weah. This coming, I'm not talking about 2023 election, because what they're trying to do, when you can win when you win Monserrado County, your chances of winning election in Liberia is easy. If a senator win Monserrado County, I will tell you today, because I campaigned Monserrado County, I went through the 17th district. I can close my eye and draw the 17th district for you any day, anytime, because I went there, I tested it, I failed it, I know how it looked like. If you can win Monserrado County as a senator, you can become president in Liberia. Let me make you to understand today. Let me make you to understand, because I wanted the most toughest county to run campaign in. Before going to Nima County, you go to Bon County. Yes. After you get Monserrado County, you get Nima County, you get Magibi. You won't believe it, Magibi said. You get Monserrado County, you got Nima County, and you got Bon County, and you got Lofa County. Then Magibi, you won't believe it, Magibi pulled up more votes than Basso in this going election. Not everybody who registered voted, you know what I'm saying? But in Magibi alone, they voted, the total vote in Magibi was 108,241 votes in Magibi. In Basso, it was just 99,377 in Grand Basso. Bon County was 151,536. In Lofa County, it was just 116,000. In Nima County, it was 200,791. Monserrado County was alone was 569 votes. 487. But Monserrato registered 730. I know it off head because I got that record with me. That's what it registered. But all the people who registered to carry to that 720, they were all trucked by representatives from different counties. So that is why in the second round the voting cannot be the same, because after they finish voting, they transport, they go right back, because the next round can be the next day. They go right back, and the representative finish winning, he's not going to worry about himself to go pick you up, to go bring you. He's not going to pick you up that. So that's it. Like when he said this boy Sir Joseph. Most of Sir Joseph voters came from West Point and District 12, because in District 12 they get more Kisi men than anything. District 12, Chicken Soup Factory Road, that Kisi community, they plenty. That way he got most of the voters to go in District 16. In District 16, the people don't like him. The people don't like him, they don't mind. He ain't got no development there. That now he trying to build a school, but he ain't got no house in District 6, in District 13. He was living in what the man is Konoflomo, one of his New Georgia house. He was renting it. That now Sir Joseph built his house too in Boisson. That's what he building house there. All the guys there, and what the boy is Gray. That where Gray built his house. Gray never had no house in District 8. That's why he know he not running again, because the people don't want him. You see, so I don't know what sedition getting. And I will say this: sedition, please vote for your party. Get vest and vote. No has sedition voted against CDC. I can bet anybody the people who voted against CDC were independent and people from the unit coalition party. The people, but this time around they will vote. The first election, direct election, some people voted, some people, man, I will vote, man, because they think they will not win it. That has some people fell. But opposition, I'm telling you, if you decide to vote, CDC ain't got the numbers. They don't have the numbers anymore. That 38% they had, that 48% that they had in Monserrato County during the election, don't worry, they don't have it again. They don't have it. They don't have it. You understand? They don't have it. Everybody know this government is not a good government. You know what puzzle me? When you start to tell me that, oh, this government is the best government ever, President Weah is the best president, how can you determine your best president? This man got 6 years to go. He just went 2, going 3. It's just like the same stupid one we get in America. You see that? I can say stupid one. Nobody can do nothing to me. I'm a taxpayer. I'm not insulting the office of the president. You understand? So the same way he can be bragging around, say he's the best. In fact, let me just change a little bit. The other day on CNN, he said why his approval rating is down when Dr. Fauci that worked with him approval rating is high. Why Donald Trump got low approval rating is wrong. That means the people in America hate him. They don't like him. That's the only thing. That's the upgraded version of George Weah. You know what I'm saying? We say President Weah, but man thing, why President Weah should use the pulpit? Why President Weah should use the pulpit to talk to Liberian people? It's wrong. We all serving God. But when you go there to talk and you're talking to the few sedition and they clapping again, you think opposition go to that church? No opposition is attending George Weah church. You will not even survive that because they know you opposition. They will not even allow you in the church. Let me make you to understand today. They know you are opposition. You cannot go to that church. If you go to that church, they will pretend that they take you, but they will intimidate you so badly till you yourself will have to leave. That the church in Zoga Wilson, going to Zoga Wilson is a member of the Fucking Club Church. Every one of them go see Fucking Club Church now. It empty. It empty. When Joe we are going before someone go to church. When they say Joe we are going to church, all of them run there. The church empty. They appointing whosoever. They put making their own money. They're not serving God. And one of the things that when I really puzzle me like, bro, those days when clergymen open their mouth on the country, on the government tremble. Bishop Brown, I'm talking about Cotto Brown. I'm talking about the Catholic bishop, the Lutheran, what they put in say, Episcopal bishop at the time. Bishop Marco Francis. But today we got Bishop when he said Bishop Winger. He working with the government, he on the board. I never see that one before. Bishop on the board working for the government. What are you going to say? What are you going to say? This bishop come up and say, in the name of Jesus, anybody who be against the government, God fire with thunder will fire them. Listen, we pray to God. We pray to God in the name of Jesus Christ. We are believers ourselves. Seditionists are believers. Some of them, they pretend to be believers. Some people on the other side pretend to be believers. And at the same time, you cannot tell me that God only answering your prayer. God can answer my prayer. God answering the Liberian people prayer. That is why things are exposing in Liberia. Let me tell you today, people pray for Liberia every day on their knees. People having fast and prayer. Right now, my church having fast and prayer for Liberia. They praying for Liberia every day, but every time they pray for Liberia, the secret come out. Every time something happens to Liberia, the secret come out. You can't be praying and pray against these people and say, oh, this people not supporting the president, so they will die. And that's, it can't work that way. We pray. And as we pray, God expose y'all. You think God tired with Liberia, my people? Because we blaspheming, we got big pastors there, they got real pastors in Liberia, get other pastors who benefiting. Who's the chairman? Who's the manager for RIA? That's a bishop or the man, he said Kelly or somebody. One and he's a crime man. He's the bishop for RIA. RIA. What that bishop going to say about this government? You get Bishop Winger on the board. What he going to say? He working for the president. They bow down to the even to pray over the president. They bow down to the president and pray. When Saul were anointing a leader or praying for a leader, they don't bow down and pray for the leader. The leader either sit or squat or kneel down and they pray. They touch. So who you are touching? You touch the person's head. You anoint that person, but instead you're lie down on the floor. So we got nobody to talk for us. They call Darius Dillon. Oh, this and that, but they call nobody. Oh, Darius Dillon, that statement you made, and we want peace in the country and this and that. They say, can we talk to you behind closed door? I don't want to tell you what they say. Because I bet you they said, let me say it now, I'm not quoting them directly. Well, Dillon, I will tell you, they make it listen to us. We not try to reach the president, we not try. The town chief, the overall chief, Chief Zaza, told the president, the president can't listen to pastors. He can't listen to who he will listen to. But let me tell you, it's a test. In Liberian people, you succumb for it. Look, 2020 election will determine my talking on Facebook. I can tell anybody that. 2020 election, especially for Montserrado County, will determine if I will remain on Facebook. And if I remain on Facebook, my platform will be totally different. There will be no more politics. And I will be praying for Liberians to die in poverty too. Me. I will be praying for Liberians to die in poverty. I can tell anybody that. And even any of my family who will be supporting this government with all the wickedness, don't think you get fasting from me. I ain't got it already. Don't think you get fasting from me. After December 8, 2002, any of my family who think, and I know that they supporting CDC, I know. The good thing is that they smart, they will take care of themselves. Because we all know when it's going to be good on Christmas, New Year. We seen the thing. The hardship that in Liberia, it never been there this time. It's so hard in Liberia until we can feed it in America, because when the people begging you, you can feed it. It's already hard in America. It's hard in America too. We ain't got no gold and diamonds sitting down. And there's people in Liberia don't have the opportunity to even beg for 5 cents. Let me tell you the fun. It's not that I'm mad about it, but it hurts me. People who in Liberia enjoy 26 because they got relatives, and some of us in America, we enjoy it so badly and we make the people look like in Liberia did nothing. You know what I did? I send fast send for my family people in Liberia for July 26th. My mom call because I know she get food to eat. They got something to eat. But you know how many people in Liberia don't have the opportunity? We need to observe the day. There is nothing wrong. It's just like, oh, my 40th birthday. I broke. I ain't got money. You can celebrate it. But your 40th birthday will show up. That day comes, you'll be 40 years old. Happy birthday, Henry Costa. Today, Henry Costa's birthday. If he get money to celebrate it, he will not celebrate it. But it will not change anything that he turned 38. When your birthday comes, so if we celebrate our Independence Day, it will not change nothing. We celebrate, will not change nothing. Tanzania, they took that celebration money and put it somewhere. They fixed it. They paved a road from their place there, I think from Tanzania to another neighboring country. But we sit in Liberia, we enjoy ourselves, we go to the cook, we put in all the t-shirts. Oh yeah, happy Independence Day. Oh, Liberia Independence Day. People in Liberia, they drinking, they this. Why other people in the interior can't even find food to eat? Why other people sitting there? But our president don't understand it. That is the kind of leader we're looking for. Who will feel it and put his country first, not just talking. Oh, when I sit down someday, I think about how Liberia will be. No, action speaks louder than words. The president said, and I say something. I say I'm not going to listen to you. I say Joey, I can't speak. He can't speak. Joey, I get a master degree. Joshua brag about his master degree every day. Whether he speak good, he get some PhD people, politicians. They open their mouth, you understand. I'm saying now I don't speak English good. I'm now a smart man. I'm a smart man, but it mean I can speak English. Because my smartness, I am smart. I can tell anybody that. Good one too. I know what life and right look like. So, but I can't speak good English like other people. But I know how to break it down to make it simple for people to understand. This boy went to Yeke Kaluba house, videotaping and said, oh, look at the representative and whatsoever. You cannot go in front of my house, even in America, and you standing right in front of my house and videotaping my house. It's wrong. You can do it for me not to see, because if you videotape into my house, it's against the privacy law. But I can walk in the street and you videotape me. You can videotape me in a public place when I'm standing outside in the street. But you went in Yeke house, videotaping into Yeke yard, and saying that you supporter of Yeke. You are sedition. I said it from day one, and I don't know why they even making look this thing so good, bad or fine. Oh, this guy gone back to CDC. They had a big program. Molba Molu, it's more than money for him. This man said, I'm a sedition. But you know what we do with these people? You need to worry about them. They're not nothing. They has no force. They got no force. I will tell you today. This individual don't have force. Switching from CDC to speak about the nonsense they were doing gave you little leverage for people to say they look at you. Now you gone back. You only going to speak to the same sedition. You only going to speak because you see that is what they call politics. They don't know. They can't stand a hard time. They can't stand hard time. So they want the other boy bought a cow. I can't call her name. They bought a cow, and I listen to some people saying that, oh, the people in the diaspora bought a cow. Let me tell you, please, the people who bought the cow for him, they are seditious who happy that he going back to CDC. That opposition buying cow for that man, because the man put it there already, say, oh, I'm going to apologize. That his business. Some of them, we got to know them when they started saying the truth about Joshua. But guess what the problem? They make it look good. The other individual start to delete all his old video from Facebook. But we still got it. We will play the tapes. I did it to Randy the other day. All the time they were cursing Joshua incompetent, Joshua this, Joshua that. We will play it for you. You will see it. I call the people dogs. They lick, they vomit and lick it. Only one animal, maybe other animals. The bat can shit through the mouth, but they can vomit and they lick it. No. No. I tell anybody, they know me very well. There are a lot of boys who know me. I had a connection with George Weah. I had a very good connection with George Weah. But George Weah, the connection, I'm not friends. Let me be able to understand. It was not a friendship to say, oh, body. From the IE days, 2005, 2011, I do things for you. Because what I call friendship, when you call me and say, man, how's everything? How the family doing, man? How you coming on? Yes. But when you call me and say, my man, they politics business, we start talking politics because of what I'm supposed to do for you, and you telling me we're talking about politics, you don't asking for my family, you see how the children doing, you won't call me during different time. But you only call me when you need me. That's how I know him. That's how we talk 2-3 hours. Somebody taking bath. Say, come, let me tell you this. You in the bathroom, standing looking, we taking bath, we talking. You know what I'm saying? So if I wanted to be there, all the people are working with Joey today. They truck on wheel, they what they said, final. Every one of them know me. They know me good. That there's somebody one day, the other politician who praising Joey, when we were there, they used to sit far off. They never had a relationship. Let me tell you the real truth. They never had no relationship. Even I bet you now, I will call your name. When you ask Fred, do you have a relationship with Joey? I will tell you, no, he know Joey. I bet you he never sat with Joey for them to discuss anything concerning Liberia. Even the Avatoba never sat with Joey to discuss issue and say, Mr. President, no. They all know Joshua from this time. You ask Randy today, do you know Joshua? He will tell you no. He just only heard about Joshua and the fake news.